And Loudoun County in America as well, in Virginia, they've had, this is one of the places that banned Dr. Seuss, for instance, as, oh, terrible, terrible, racist, blah, 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 blah. But when you find out the books that they are prescribing, Caleb and Rita, to children to read, this is 9th graders to read, it's absolutely vile. And this is left-wing rubbish, full of pornography, full of, everything's gender, sexuality. And the parents finally had enough. And we've discussed this before, that ultimately it is the parents who have to take the stance because our governments are too weak, our educational bodies are corrupted by bureaucrats, left-wing bureaucrats, our teachers' unions, well, forget them. So it's now down to the teachers. Now have a listen, Rita and Caleb, to this tiny bit of what was many parents getting up and reading out the obscene rubbish that kids are being taught in school.
I came home early from babysitting and see her coming out of some car in these tight-ass little shorts, talking fast, telling me she's about to leave me. I grab her by the neck and start punching her. She wanted to be all big and bad, trying to face me like a grown-ass woman. She gonna get beat like a grown woman. She started screaming, cursing at me, and carrying on. I threw her in the closet for a couple of days. She kept on screaming, begging to be let out, begging for water.
And this stuff went on, Rita and Caleb. They had parents reading out stuff about teachers having it off on tables, all sorts of sexual acts, most of them involving some kind of gender games or whatever. It was vile stuff, but it's all being taught to our kids. And this is what I can't understand. Yet at the same time, Caleb, To Kill a Mockingbird apparently is racist. Can you believe that?
Come on, Comrade Rowan. This is just good family fun, I mean, they should read these books and then take their kids to a drag show, shouldn't they?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, is it any wonder that academic results across the Western world are going through the floor when, you get rid of good fun books like Dr. Seuss and To Kill a Mockingbird and these kinds of things, which are actually reasonable pieces of literature, and you replace it with this kind of nonsense. And it's once again, we were talking before about the fact that there's a big issue with beauty pageants, terrible, sexualising kids, but you have drag shows which are good, and it's exactly the same here. Supposed racism in a Dr. Seuss book is bad, and if a kid reads green eggs and ham, he's going to turn into a massive racist and want to start expelling people. But if you read this kind of thing, apparently that's good. What are these people playing
look,
at?
Can I disagree with this? Can I disagree with this point of view? Of course, I'm not in favour of banning Dr. Seuss or To Kill a Mockingbird or really any work of fiction. And I'm not in favour of banning whatever it was those parents were reading out either, just because the subject matter might seem inappropriate or coarse or violent. It's not necessarily being celebrated. So I don't have a problem with this sort of material being read and kids actually discussing what that means and what's wrong with it, what's good about it, and actually exposing them to some critical thinking and to some subject matters that may not be completely
But I'd have to disagree with you there, Rita. Sorry, Rita, but if you listen to the rest, we played
I'm not familiar with...
Yeah, OK, we played the tamest of the tame there because it's Sunday morning. But the stuff that was read out was basically just pornography. I won't go into the details, but it's teachers going down on kids on the desk. 9th grade, whatever 9th grade is. That's It's young stuff, and
14, 15-year-olds.
Highly sexualised, and unfortunately, I don't think it falls into the free speech argument.